Okay. There we go. I don't know who 8 Rose is, but welcome. What the fuck? Hmm. Okay. What's going on right now? Chris, what are you doing? I'm just gonna go. Whatever, right? Whatever. Okay. Alright. That should do it. Hi, everybody. What's shaking? Happy Friday. Pull up a chair and act like you care, because it's time for some Shenmue HD. Ryo has a jet cola in him, and he can give a shit about what you're talking about, because he is on a mission. Mission for justice. Where's my controller? There it is. Okay. Let's do this. Hi, everyone. Who's in here already? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Nightbot. You probably shouldn't tell people about the Dreamcast marathon schedule anymore. Hey, guess who didn't update that? Guess who... So, Jobel, Caesar, Saturn Memories, you guys all... You were there, you know what's cool. So, you know, finished at 7 a.m. Take a wild guess as to what time I woke up later that day. Just throw some guesses out there. Normally, we get up and we'll sit down and maybe like play some other game that doesn't take much thought and talk about just what we thought about the marathon and everything. Yes. Let's see. Marathon schedule disable. I think that's the only one. Oh, that one too. Okay. Alright, so those should be good. No, not 8 a.m. That's an hour later. Lord almighty. 10 p.m. Not exact. God damn it. I'm gonna break my controller. Alright. Since you're all in here, I'm gonna crack one open with the boys. Let's do it. Oops. Too many cables. Too many cables everywhere. Too many cables on the dance floor. Too many cables. It's my coaster, sorry. Not 7, no, 3 p.m. So, got a good chunk of sleep. Was not expected. I was actually kind of disappointed in myself because I wanted to play something. Stream elements. God damn it. Nothing works. Yeah, I was a little mad because I wanted to try to make everybody. Oh, that's why nothing's happening. My controller turned off. Biggest complaint about the PS4 is how quickly the controllers turn off. Yeah, I was trying to make everybody play Sonic 4, and then we could talk about the games that we played. Okay, that one. There we go. Okay. Timers. That one. Oops. Where am I? Oh, I forgot you can save at any point now. It's weird. It's very weird. Yeah. So that one. Don't need that. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, that's strange, huh? How it's, well, it's just kind of weird that you can do that. Did I talk to you? Oh, guess I won't. Can I?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry.
No. I
Yeah.
just can't now.
That's
Ask
what we all
someone
say.
else, will you?
I just can't with you. Okay, I don't remember what I'm doing right now. Oh, the 3 blades. Okay. Gotcha. That's a wall. You know what? It's honestly... This... I don't know what this says about the controls. Let me know how audio levels are, guys, if they're unbearable or not. Might have Chris hop in a little bit. Hopefully he will be audible. He's just going to be chit-chatting with us. Oh, yeah, the controls. They kind of felt better on a Dreamcast controller, and that is saying something. So I don't think... Okay, why do I keep getting Square to go into stuff? The barber. Let's get a map. So wait, is that a map or is that those posters? Oh, also, an awesome person was using a bandsaw earlier outside, or I don't know, some sort of saw. It's 8 o'clock on a Friday. That makes sense. Tom, my man.
Tom.
Yo.
Hi-yo! Did you come up with anything
No.
about people from China? Nope, no
He
clue
is
whatsoever.
straight blazing it.
Really?
No dude that isn't stoned is wearing a shirt with himself on it. Unless you're that guy in that band. On stage. Oh, you know what I will do? I'll get a blue can and see if I can get a winning can. Winning. Oh, is everybody ready for this weekend? I sure am. Do you have any plans, everybody? I hear some muffling. I think someone's falling all over the microphone because they're so excited to talk about Shenmue. Oh god.
Hey, it's me. It's Chris.
Holy
How's
shit.
it going, guys?
Holy shit, you're peeking. Turn yourself down or something.
Uh-oh.
Good.
What's happening?
Oh, we can hear your house breathing or something.
Oh, no. My house is breathing.
It's very loud. Oh, I didn't get a winning can. Why am I walking into tomato? I don't need your shit, tomato. Yeah, sad. Remember, he said remove the mic from your face.
Is it still really bad?
No, that's a lot better. Well, that means they can hear you, though.
I removed it from my face. It was actually in my mouth earlier.
Oh, you must be used to using one of those free Xbox 360 headsets. Those rested on my lips when I used them.
Funny story. I broke one of my old original Xbox headsets in a fit of rage playing Halo 2 online.
Oh man.
And I immediately regretted it. So from then on, and I was too poor to buy a new one. So I literally, each time I would want to play Halo 2 with my friends, I would tape it to my face. Like one of those like old time like hobos like that had a like toothaches. I would just like
Wow.
have to tape it all around my face. True
Wow.
story.
Wow. Yeah, that's something. I mean, it still worked, sort of.
Oh, it worked. It worked great. It was just the problem was like having duct tape residue on my face the following morning when I went to work.
Oh yeah. I bet. Get some winning potato chips here. Oh right. Oh, Joe Bell, you asked when the games and the preview issue will be shipped. After payday. Yes, I will let everybody know.
Oh, so he won a preview issue?
Yes, he won a preview issue because there was a fan art contest. Was that for Jet Set or was that during Illbleed, Joe Bell? I don't remember. A lot of the day is a blur. But yeah, since it was just him and one other person that entered, so we're like, well, we're gonna give him a prize. And then we're gonna give a preview issue.
I wish our potato chips would come in bags that look like that.
Yeah, or that anything in this game was presented this way in real life. Some of this tasty caramel. I will take a single caramel, please. Okay, yeah, Caesar, Illbleed, you won that one. But yeah, Caesar won a good bit of stuff, including the Dreamcast itself, so I was like, you're getting a preview issue. There's no reason for you not to.
Draw a ticket, please.
And then he actually asked us in the Discord about subscribing and stuff, so I believe he's gonna back the Patreon. Ooh, 5th prize. I don't know what this is, but I got it. 5th. Oh, that's not even on the...
The prize is inside
Oh,
the
the capsule.
capsule.
Come on, Metal Sonic or Supersonic? Come on, Metal or Super, Metal or Super, Metal or Super. It's a car. I got a station wagon. The store sucks. I'm gonna flip the counter and book it.
You know, like, out of all the candies, like caramel, I think is definitely at the bottom of my list.
Yeah, but more so for me because I have fillings now.
Right. I think I prefer hard caramel because I'm becoming an old man. Like Werther's
Oh,
Original,
no.
give me one of
Oh,
those,
no.
and yeah, you got my attention.
Are they in your handbag already?
How's it hanging?
I can get down on some Werther's or like a Reason.
Are those just chocolate raisins?
No, it's like chocolate covered hard caramel.
Oh, maybe I.
But
don't
they're
know what
pretty
those are.
badass.
I'd probably
I
know.
love
I
these.
don't know the names of a lot of candies, but if I saw them, I would be like, yes, I like that because I
should buy
know
one.
the box
I
or
think
whatever.
Werther's or Reasons are like what your grandma has when she runs out of ribbon candy.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. TJ says Twix. Saturn member says Cream Savers.
I know this.
What's a cream? What the fuck is
Cream
this thing?
Savers.
I don't know what this thing is. I just got it. I'm gonna say it's from Space Harrier. It looks like a jellyfish. What the hell? I don't know what.
You know what I hated a lot? I remember there was this old lady that babysat me growing up. Her name was Gladys, this old mean lady.
Okay.
And
yep, well, the
every day
name
when we come
sounds that way.
home,
Mhm.
she was horrible. But she would either have one or two like treats for us when we got off the bus, and I hated them both. One was oatmeal cream pies, which are just the worst.
Oh,
Um,
I like
and
this.
banana moon pies.
I love these.
Oh man, moon pie. There are chocolate moon pies and there are bad moon pies. You got bad moon pies.
Yeah, the chocolate ones I could get down on, but banana, I mean, come on, like it's banana and marshmallow with like some
Does it
sort of
actually
like
have a banana
hard
flavor?
disc.
Or
in the
is it
middle.
like one of those like
Hey,
like you know how there's
what's this?
golden Oreos where it's just pretty much sugar cookies with cream? Or was it actually banana flavored?
I would prefer a golden Oreo to those. Those are
Yeah.
horrible.
Maybe I should get another.
Oh, Caesar, yeah, the donation's ongoing. Extra Life goes on throughout the year, and their main
Nah, not
um,
today.
celebration streaming day is November 3rd usually. We just use the Dreamcast Marathon to start raising a little early, but you can really donate anytime. It doesn't have to be during the marathon. It doesn't have to be only on Extra Life Day. It's through the end of the year. So that's why, so it's going to be a little confusing when people donate to the Dreamcast Marathon team, but that's fine. Have you played this version yet at all, Chris, the HD Shenmue? Uh-oh. I think we lost him. Oh,
No, okay, what was that?
oh, sorry.
I keep lagging like pretty bad, so I'm trying to see if I can switch to a different browser.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean the stream or audio?
Your audio is lagging on my end, but I don't think it's you. I think it's the fact that all my kids are playing video games. I have like one kid playing Minecraft online, one playing
Uh-oh.
Fortnite. I think my daughter is like streaming YouTube, and my wife and older kids are downstairs watching The Conjuring.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yes.
And so like everyone's using the internets right now.
Wow.
Right now it's okay.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe hop on your phone, only because that, well, I don't know that would actually make a difference. I don't even know what I'm supposed to
No,
be
that
doing
might
right now.
actually. You know what though? Like, what's weird is like the last few times that you've been streaming, and I've tried to watch it on my phone via my cellular data. It's terrible. Like I can't even.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like so laggy, and so I don't know if that would
I don't know then. Sometimes my,
Cernic said.
well, actually
Oh,
that
go
was
ahead.
my laptop. I used to have horrible lag just using Discord, yep, Discord on my laptop, so using it on my phone more recently actually worked better, but my laptop's almost also 10 years old, so. Where am I going? I forget the name of the barber I need to find. I'm just gonna find it because I'm gonna get sent to bed in like half an hour because Ryu's a bitch.
Lou Barber.
Okay. I think that's the one that's in the corner. Oh no, that's the other one. So I should be near it. Okay, that's that one. And what's the other one I need to go to? The barber and hair salon. Well,
So it sounds like in the chat, it's pretty much that the Twitch app sucks, like when you're on cell data.
okay. Bop-a-doo-doo-doo.
You know what's weird is that like I have T-Mobile, and for the longest time it was awesome on as far as like download speeds and everything else. But here, probably within the last 6 months, it's just really sucked. Like everything's super slow.
Huh.
I'm not that happy with it, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. T-Mobile's been good up until now.
right. I apologize, everyone. The chat should have shown up on the stream. Now it is. Fuck streaming, everybody. It sucks. We would have started on time. I would have even done a test like an hour ago, but the only thing that was working was the background in my setup. So, whatever. Adventures in streaming, everybody. Hey, pro tip if you want to get into streaming, audio will never work when you start streaming. Okay, so Lou Barber.
I mean, that's pretty much like anything that happens. Like if you're trying to do something online, like
much,
even a
yes.
podcast takes forever to get going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ine-san will be worried.
And,
I should go
you
home
know,
soon.
if you have experience in a recording studio, maybe you've been on stage using microphones, doesn't matter. Just throw all that knowledge out the window when it comes to streaming. Oh boy. Alright, get home, Rio. I've noticed people like turn his name into one syllable in this game, like, yo. Not even a Rio or a hey Rio. Alright, I'm gonna get home so my grandma doesn't yell at me. Oh, nope, not that way. Not this way at all. Um, I don't remember if you answered my question, Chris. Did you play this HD version yet?
Do I have the HD version?
Yeah, did you sit down with it yet at all? Like, try it out?
I very little. I do
Okay.
own it, but I just haven't been able to really get into it yet.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Reason I ask is I wanted to know what you thought of the controls or like using a different controller for this game. How do you miss the Dreamcast controller at all with these clunky controls? What do you think?
I definitely don't miss the Dreamcast controller
Okay.
playing Shenmue. It never felt. I never thought that it felt very fluid or intuitive, like using the Dreamcast controller. Like it
Yeah.
felt a lot like playing Resident Evil in some ways.
Oh man.
The old school Resident Evil games, and it was not good. And so with this new one, is it a traditional like where you control the camera and you're with the like the right analog stick and you're able to actually move your character with the left one?
You do, um, but it's still clunky. Like I don't know. I thought maybe it was because I just beat this game like a month ago and was used to the Dreamcast controller, but I think the directions, like his moving directions, I don't know if they were like set up for not exactly 8 uh corners. What do you say? I don't even know how you say it. But I thought, man, maybe I'm used to the Dreamcast controller. I think I'm playing on PS4. I think that the joystick is just too good for these controls and too responsive for these controls. If that does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I have to be
it's
sure not to
sort
waste
of
this.
awkward, but I'm getting used to it. But I guess like I thought, oh, this game isn't clunky. It's just not very timely. But now that I'm playing it again, I'm like, maybe this just hasn't aged well. I don't know. I don't feel like it's not going to have an impact on people like picking it up for the first time unless you're like our age and you're like, okay, I appreciate what this was trying to do, you know?
That was my biggest thing like going into this is I felt like it's like Sega may have missed the time to bring Shenmue back.
Yeah.
And I just
Yep.
don't know if like gamers today who have never experienced Shenmue are going to be able to really appreciate like what Shenmue was about because I
Like
don't
this
think
shit
this is
right
a
here,
game that
rubber banding
necessarily ages
camera.
well.
Yeah. You'll see that in a second when I try to look down at a cat and I just can't look at him. Oh man, the chat's blowing up. Sorry guys, I'm trying to wander around and find my dad's killer. Oh, everybody's talking about OBS and stuff. Um, yeah, uh, I want a Bluetooth Saturn controller. TJ mentioned that the USB. Oh, he's just talking about USB Saturn controllers. I do have one of those. Ooh, doggy. Oh, bye, dog. I'm going this way. You go that way. I don't. I want a Bluetooth Saturn controller, but not for $60. Especially if I want to replace all my Saturn controllers. That's enough to play Saturn Bomberman, so that's not happening. Cat. Just look at me, cat.
I think Saturn Memories asked earlier
Mhm.
if that we have a Sega Nerds Discord as well, but we did for a little bit, but then we decided to not do that, and we were just going
Toy
to have a
boxes.
Megavisions one.
100 yen each, huh?
Yeah, it's long story short, we're just trying to make everything one spot.
Maybe just one.
I will buy a cat.
Yeah, and you're going to see that on our websites like soon as well. Like we haven't made an official announcement on that, but there's some work behind the scenes to
Oh,
This is
fuck
cool.
yeah.
eventually
Sorry, I got
kind of
SBO. I'm
bring them
very
together.
excited about SBO.
SBO.
SBO. Shitty body.
I like it. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Oh, SBO's
Oh, ooh.
the purple
Maybe I should
chameleon
get
from
another.
Chaotix. I'm buying another one. I've ordered one.
Are we discontinuing the Sega Nerds brand? Yeah, like I think what we're going to be doing is everything. We haven't announced this publicly yet, so
Spoilers.
but right. I think the idea what we are going to be doing is like everything's going to go Megavisions.
Changed my mind.
And there's a lot of reasons to that. But
yeah,
one of the main
I found
reasons
a few
is
more
that
when I finally had access to the Gmail.
yeah, yeah. But it's been tough to try to create a brand of our own when we have
Damn it.
when we have Sega attached to what we're called, if that makes sense. Like so for instance, like we've tried to create Sega Nerd t-shirts in the past, and it's not because we're trying to like make a bunch of money or do anything. It's just we thought it would be awesome to be able to create Sega Nerd shirts for, you know, our readers and even for us, just that because it would be fun for us to have them. And so we create like a T Public page with some Sega Nerds t-shirts on it. Like literally within days or weeks, we would get trademark strikes on us from Sega or from whomever, and our site would get shut down or our page would get shut down, and it was really frustrating. And so I think it just makes more sense for us, like if we're really trying to create something that we could own and that we can really make our own, that we would create something that doesn't necessarily have the Sega name attached to it, but would be close enough that people would associate. That's like, oh yeah, I get that. That could be, you know, that's like a Sega thing. I think Megavisions is like the perfect thing for that, and so I think it just makes sense, you know.
See, I'm
Did
tuckered
you
out at the moment.
so that's if you're trying to sell them. If you just had them made, well, I don't know. See, we had
The
Sega
problem
addicts.
is that like I feel like we're always at the mercy of Sega,
right.
just with that name. Like it's just at any moment when they want to, they could come down and be like, you have to stop using Sega Nerds.
We've had
And
issues before with a lot of Yakuza videos uploaded. By we, I mean Sega Addicts. Sorry to everyone. The site that it used to be with Sega Addicts, we did have shirts, but we never sold them. We just gave them away. So maybe that's why we never, I don't know, nothing ever happened with it.
Yeah, like so for instance, like you know Tom Charnook over at Dreamcast Junkyard, right? I mean,
yes.
those guys are awesome. Tom is a good friend of mine. I love everything that they do. But he created the was like the ultimate Dreamcast guide like several years back.
Oh right.
And
yeah.
he put it up on the internet for sale, like on his website and stuff. And Sega came down really hard on those guys. And I think from what I remember, I'm not 100% sure, but they threatened him with like a lawsuit if he didn't pull it down. And so he ended up having to pull it down, and he had to basically like give it away. Like he couldn't sell it. But he put a lot of work into that. And I think one of the, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I mean, obviously the Dreamcast name on the cover is one thing, but I think he used the Dreamcast font. And the cover looked somewhat similar to the Dreamcast design, but it's just, I mean, that's really, it's a tough business. Like what we're in is like, you know, we're catering and we're trying to create content for this community. And it's not, I mean, it takes a lot of time. I mean, you know that, man. Like, I mean, you guys have been doing Steak Addicts for a long, you know how much time and effort it takes into it. And when you try to create a product to offer to sell to your readership, like you're not doing it because you're trying to make a bunch of money. You're doing it to cover costs. You're doing it to try to create a cool product that people want, you know? It's not a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. But at the same time, like you're already putting a ton of your personal money into just keeping websites going, into doing all this other stuff. You can't give stuff away for free because you got to pay your own bills, man. Um, and so it's tough. And so yeah, it's a tough business to go with, with when you're in like a community site like what we're doing,
Yeah, and what Sadder Memories says there is kind of what I was gonna say. It's sort of ironic because it's like if people buy this stuff, they're into what we're into and we're celebrating. So, like, kind of a roundabout cycle. You're kicking us for promoting you, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you feel slighted, especially for someone like, like what we've been doing. I mean, we've been covering Sega I mean, like in
Dreamcaster's
different
Realm. Let's
ways.
talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, Dreamcaster's Realm has been like 2002,
Ugh,
2003.
I
I mean,
in
it was
high
like
school. Man.
it's crazy to think. I mean, and it's funny. Like Tom and I were actually just talking about this together like this week. I mean, we've been spending so much time, um, writing and covering Sega and all these times, and it's hard because, and in a way, I don't necessarily blame them because you have people within Sega, like especially the community sites. These people come and go. Like the turnover, um, with the community and the PR side in Sega and in any video game company is
Oh,
really
right.
high.
Okay.
If a person stays in PR at a singular company for a year, that's probably pretty good.
That's the hardest job
But
right
you're
there too. PR.
yeah, I mean it's a tough job. It's not. It is a very high turnover position, and so for our standpoint, like when we're running a community site, you're constantly trying to keep up with relationships. It's like, okay, who's a new person? Okay, so like, um, and so you're constantly having to reach out and create new relationships and having to like reintroduce yourselves because these people are coming from, they may be coming from a different industry, they may be coming straight out of college, they don't have the background on like who you are, like they don't know that you've been covering Sega for 16 years, like they have
Right.
no idea.
Right.
And with the advent of like YouTube and with like the, like how there is like a movement that we've been able to see within Sega and a lot of other companies that like they value the YouTube influencers, and it seems like a lot more than your traditional community sites. And so a lot of people feel slighted about that, that we're not receiving the review copies that we did before, and there's like all these press junkets that are only for YouTubers now. So people get upset about that.
Hmm.
So it's weird. It's a tough business being a community site these days. So we're trying to do the best that we can. And so I think with Megavisions, we're just going to be making a video game magazine, and we're going to be doing the best that we can at that,
Yeah. And all of these are reasons more why everyone should praise Aaron Weber.
Yeah, Aaron is awesome, man. Like the stuff that he's done, with the Sonic brand is really impressive. And what's funny is that like I've talked to community and PR people at Sega that have been there for a really long time that did not agree with the approach that Aaron
Oh,
was making with Sonic, because from their standpoint, and this is like exactly what they told me, they thought that he was making like almost a mockery of Sonic. Like it was big, he was making Sonic into a meme,
whatever.
and that would not translate into
Sonic, which is funny
like
because Sonic became a
cells.
meme long before Aaron had anything to do with it.
Right. But I think what he's done is he has made Sonic relevant to a new generation of gamers that did not grow up with Sonic.
Right.
And I think that's important because otherwise, like, he would just be this old mascot that like a very small percentage of gamers today, which we are, the people that grew up with Sonic, we represent a very small portion of like today's gamer. If
Right.
you look at the whole spectrum and all the different categories, we represent a very small portion of that today. And so I think he's done a really good job at keeping him relevant, keeping the Sonic brand relevant.
Relevant and not just the butt of every joke.
Yeah, and it also helps having a game like Sonic Mania come about that
Right.
is really great.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I can't say enough praise about Aaron because not only has he done all this, but he's done all this with a smile.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's really smart though too. I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, I don't think I get that humor of like the meme generation. Like,
Ugh.
I don't think I get it. Like, I would not be able to create a meme and make it make sense. Like, it might be funny to me, but it
Yeah.
would not be able to gain traction. And I don't even try. Like, I with Sega nerds and stuff, like, we don't really try to do that a whole lot. Marcin has handled our social media, and he's a much younger person than I am. I think I'm maybe like 12 years older than Marcin, and so I think
Uh-huh.
he gets that. So he does some of that stuff, and I think it's funny, but I would not be able to do and create stuff like that. And so it's nice that we have on our team like a broad spectrum of people that
Mm-hmm.
can do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Aha. Found him.
Are you
I'm trying to go through the
Freestyle?
chat now because we have a lot of
Yes,
people
I
saying some
am.
good stuff here.
And you?
Yeah, thanks
My
guys.
name is Gio
Um
Hazuki
yeah,
from Hazuki
and
Dojo in Yamanote.
oh boy.
Ah, I've heard what happened
Sorry,
to
talking
your
to speaking of
father.
being old.
My condolences.
Hey, Sega Crow, what's happening?
What can I do for you?
And I'll mention this real quick, just because people are popping in during the marathon and stuff. I am gonna write a kind of an aftermath post on Reddit, so keep an eye on our Twitter for that. It'll be mine, TJ, and T Bones just thoughts about it, which we normally have the day after, but stuff happened, and yeah, we just wanted to get it up there so that everybody knows, like, oh, it did happen. Oh boy, it's been a stupid week at work, so I haven't even been able to relax and do that. Otherwise, I would have already.
I'm looking for a
I think
Chinese
you
man
just
who
need
calls
some
himself
downtime after
Miyagi.
that because
Three Blades members of IGH's
you
Town suggested that
did
perhaps
a
you might know.
tremendous job at
Ah,
promoting
you know
that
of the
stream. Like, I mean,
three
every
blades.
week
I know it
you would
refers to
have
the three
a
professions,
really
barbers, cooks, and
big
tailors.
post that you
That
put on
is
Reddit,
right.
and I know that there was a lot of
You
time and
have
effort that you put into that.
powers
So,
of these
man, I think you
professions
did an
were
awesome
also
job at promoting that,
imperial
and like
bodyguards,
there's no way
protecting
that
the
I or
emperors from
anyone else on the team
assassinations
could
with
have
their
done a better job of
razors,
that. I just want to
knives, and
say that you did
scissors.
a really kick-ass job at promoting the marathon this year.
Thanks.
About Land D,
People ask me how I
I
stay up for that
gather
long.
by his
Sleep
name
apnea.
that he is most likely a
Yeah,
member of
yeah.
the
But part of it is
I got my trusty
also
old CPAP machine right here next to me.
nice.
Perhaps
Yeah,
even
TJ
the
had
Yeah.
one of those
Chinese
actually.
mafia.
All the cool people
would
have
they
them.
be
Everybody.
here in Yokosuka?
Um,
They have
yeah,
developed a
it's a good
base
time.
in the
It's always a good
harbor
time.
to
It always
bypass
makes me
customs
slightly
and
wish I
expand
could
their
do something like
activities.
that more often.
Try asking
But
some
the
of the
most rewarding
sailors
thing that
in the
comes out of it is
vicinity.
learning about new
They're
games and
bound to
introducing
know
people to new games,
more.
which I actually
Sailors?
Yeah.
I'll
there
look
were
for
a couple
some.
games that came out
Thank
of
you very
that,
much.
or I
Good
came out of
luck.
that wanting to play and own. The two that come to mind immediately are Ooga Booga and Techromancer. Unfortunately, Techromancer is stupid expensive because this world's full of morons.
Hi, Ayuka.
That's one I have not been able to pick up yet. Ooga Booga I did get. I
It's
think I picked
fun.
up Ooga Booga because it was one of the games that have recently become online compatible again with the Dream Pie, and
Yes.
that is a really fun game to play online again.
We
Did you
yeah,
did
we
you
took
guys
it
get to play it
online.
online during the
We
stream?
did, and we did that in Choo Choo Rocket, but that was also my introduction to Ooga Booga, so it was like,
Oh,
this is amazing.
what is
And
it?
this is like, there are games now like this. This was out in 2000, and it's such a shame it came out way later and like didn't have time to catch on because I want to get that game, and that's something that I could sit down and play with my roommates, much less online. So
Do you know of any places where sailors
Oh,
hang
he's
out?
asking about sailors
I
now.
don't
Okay, here we go.
imagine they'd be here.
I have this
Probably
awesome,
red
like going
rocket
back to
they'd
CPAP
have.
machines. Like
Mm.
I have this new one that
They say
has
as
heated
soon as
tubing
sailors come
that
ashore,
that
they head
is
for
is
the
really good
airload
because it
bar.
keeps like the
Look
moisture
for
going.
them and
Because in
no
addition to
doubt.
sleep apnea, I
Oh, I
also
see.
have an autoimmune disease called Sjogren's, and it's something that's I've recently found out like in the last few years that I have. But what it basically does is it's when your body is attacking all the like the moisture producing like
Oh,
glands in your body,
yeah. You mentioned
and
this at
so I
MagFest.
constantly have like a dry mouth, dry eyes, and stuff, and so it makes using a CPAP machine like really hard because in the middle of the night I'll end up pulling it off because my mouth is like super dry, and so
Oh,
the
right.
heated tubing and the moisture and stuff that it tries to produce like helps it, but it's still tough. So
Yep,
man, it sucks getting old. I'll tell you that.
it sure does. Um, even though we just started playing, I'm going to send out another tweet that we're playing, and all I'm going to do is link the Twitch and post that I took a picture of the notebook just saying must find sailors.
Speaking of sailors though, and moisture in your mouth, like we need to find them, right?
Great transition. Oh man. And you said you weren't good at those.
I've worked with my fair share of sailors
Oh, okay.
in my
Oh,
time
right.
in the military.
Okay. I thought that was a joke. 'Cause I
And
was like, wait, no,
also,
he's in the armed forces.
and Tom from Dreamcast Junkyard used to be a sailor as well, but I've never met Tom in real life.
Okay.
But I
does he
have been
not
on
go
podcasts
to...
with him, and he sounds like he has a very moist mouth.
Okay. Does he
Yeah.
not go to conventions?
Tom. Hi,
So I feel like it would have crossed paths at one point with him at a
Do you know
convention
any
or
place
something.
where sailors hang out? Sailors?
He's never been able to make it across the pond. He's very
Oh,
English.
okay. I didn't know he was over there. Okay.
Yeah, he is almost as English as you can get. What's
Nice.
weird is that I didn't realize it until like I think I started doing a lot of podcasts with like Graham, and then having other English
Do you know anywhere that
people
sailors
like
hang out?
jumping on the podcast, like how many different accents that they have in England. Like
Oh, yes.
it's
Cockney,
very
yeah.
very different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
don't know exactly where they go.
And it's funny to hear them talk and then them talk about their accents.
those
Like
sailors.
like even it seems like in London, like you can have different accents. It's
Yep.
just
I
it's really
see.
I
funny.
mean, it's just like the
See you
States.
around.
We've got, you know, you just
Right.
go up and down the East Coast and
Bye
you've got
for now.
5 different kind of, I almost said dialects, but that's not right at all. Whatever. I've actually been, even though I live in western Pennsylvania, I do not have the Pittsburghese, like, Yinzers garbage talk. I've been told by people that only have heard my voice that I sound like I'm from the Midwest. I've never, well, I've been over there, but my parents are both from the South. I've only lived in Pittsburgh. I don't know how, I don't know. I don't know how that, I sound like that, but whatever. What up, dude?
Yeah, it's weird. I grew up my entire life in Texas, and it's weird. I don't have
Do you know
an
any place where
accent,
sailors might hang out around
which
here?
is really weird. Because I'll go back home or I'll even just talk to my family and just I'm like I hear their accent. It's like it's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah. That's Brett. He's from West Virginia, and well, originally he's from Tennessee. I don't know if he lived there more than like 2 years of his life, maybe, but um, he does not sound like he's from West Virginia at all. But when I met his parents, oh yes, they sure do. Which is
I
funny.
wonder how much like with the advent of like watching so much stuff on
Yeah,
YouTube and
Saturn
TV
Memories
and
just
things
said
like that.
exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like I wonder if that has an effect on people today. Like, are we gonna lose our accents because
Oh,
all we do is listen to that kind of stuff?
we're
You know,
just gonna
like
talk
we
in
listen to people
fucking
from so.
May I help you?
goddamn
Do you have
memes.
time now,
Hangry
son?
is now
What
a
is it?
word in the dictionary. How? Oh, that
So is
makes me
bougie.
so
I learned
mad.
that watching the other day. Bougie is in the Webster's
the hell is that
dictionary
mean?
now. I think it means when like people are like stuck up, you know, like they
Oh.
want like nice things, like oh man, you have an Xbox Elite. Oh, that's so bougie. I think that's how you would use that. Yeah, like you
Bougie
don't
sounds like something
not
a 5-year-old said they did in their pants.
mm-hmm.
That's not. I guess. Well, no, schmoozy. That's you're schmoozing with someone. That's. Hmm. I've legitimately never heard that word until right now. But whatever. Hey, let's hear this guy kick my ass. Want to kick my ass?
What is it, kid? I need to ask you something. Forget it.
Sayer Crow asked if Tom is more English than Graham, and
Oh, I don't know.
I think he is more English than Graham because it is. I don't know if it's maybe that I've known Graham for so long and I'm just used to his accent, but with Tom, like I feel like when I listen to him, I need audio subtitles. If that makes sense. Like I need to listen to Tom in like a dub.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like that with Stevie at one point. Do you remember Stevie from Sega Addicts?
Yeah, he was great. He was fun.
He
was like kind of like the crazy one, right?
He's
like he would like say a lot of
insane.
inappropriate things.
Yes, I miss talking to him more regularly, but yeah, no. When before I joined Sega Addicts, I would listen to the podcast that he would be on. I had trouble understanding him at first, but more talking to him, it got a lot easier and everything. But he has a different accent from Graham entirely.
You need to listen to the Dreamcast Junkyard podcast because
Do they do that?
They have several
regularly?
different
I feel
English
like I've
people.
tried to keep up with it.
it's hit and miss. Like it's more regular than what the Sega Nerds podcast was in like the latter days, but it's mainly like maybe once every couple months they put out a new podcast.
Okay, because I feel like I've tried to
good.
listen to it, but I thought I was like missing it or something because it wouldn't happen as routinely as I'm used to.
Yeah, because I mean, well, with the Nerdcast, we would try to do like a weekly news kind of recap, and they don't necessarily do that. They're just like, hey, they'll recap kind of like the most recent stuff going on in the Dreamcast community. But I think it's probably for the best too, because they wait enough time and there's like a lot of really good stuff to talk about, and there's probably not, if you're going to just focus only on Dreamcast stuff, there's probably not enough content to keep it super engaging week to week, which is something that we also fought with for a while with Sega.
Yeah.
But I think
everybody did.
Recent years, like
Sega community point at one point.
I think in recent years, Sega has done is busy enough. Like Sega is constantly putting out games now where a weekly podcast is fine. Like you can do that and have enough stuff to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, we wrestled with that for a while, and at one point when we had like 3 podcasts on Sega Addicts, one of them was like, we're not going to do news, we're going to try to have the kind of like what is it called? Retro. Oh shoot. There's a retro podcast that you could really listen to anytime because they don't have like current event kind of stuff, so it's in its own bubble, so it doesn't sound outdated, if that makes sense.
Oh, holy shit! You just got a bullseye.
And everything else has gone downhill from there. I don't know how to play darts in this game.
No good.
Somehow I did even worse in Yakuza playing darts, though. A second. When I was playing this on Dreamcast, somehow I have a score that is like over 400 in darts, and I have no idea how I did that.
Wow.
No good.
When I lived in Texas, I got really into playing darts, and that is a hard game. We would go to this like local bar, and as I continued to drink throughout the night, like there was a moment, maybe about like a 10-minute moment each night we'd play where I was just like in the zone. And I would then drink like another beer, and I would immediately come out of that zone, and it was just downhill from there. But once I was in that zone, I was really, really good. So if I could just kind of encapsulate that, whatever it was, like maybe 4 or 5 years in, and just only do that, I would be awesome. But
This is
I
it.
have no self-control, so
It's probably that
was-
moment where like the alcohol is about to hit you hard, but you're more aware than you will be for the rest of the night,
No,
or more
good.
alert or something. It's like right before
Right,
everything hits
yeah.
you, probably. Have you
Should I play
tried
more?
axe throwing? Because that's a thing now.
Guess I'll try again.
I did it once at a Renaissance festival,
Oh.
and I was actually not that bad at it, surprisingly enough.
You are the second friend of mine to say that they have tried it and have been good at it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who I know in my life that's really good at axe throwing. But hey,
I wouldn't say
with
I
the
was
way things are
good,
going,
but
maybe
I
that'll
was
come in
able to
handy.
I was able to get the axe to stick in the wall, and that in itself was a victory for me.
Okay, yeah. My other buddy, he said he tried it and he did remarkably well. While oh shit, what is her name? I can't remember the musician's name, but when the song "Working 9 to 5" was playing, he was doing really well at axe throwing.
That's funny.
So apparently that's his pump up jam now. Jesus Christ.
No, good.
All right, chat. What other games should I
Saturday
play in the
Mary said,
arcade? 'Cause I
check our
could kill some
family
time here.
tree and see if you're descended from the Franks.
The Franks.
Are you French?
The Franks.
So close.
Like hot dogs?
Last one.
Maybe. I know that the Powell side is
So
from
close.
Wales, and so I don't know if how handy they were with axes. I'm also half Mexican, and so I don't know.
Oh, wow, you're all over the place.
I don't know when the axe was invented in Mexico.
I don't know.
No, good.
Unless you just stole it from the Native American and with their tomahawks.
Could be.
Oh Jesus, that was bad.
No, good.
Caesar is Mexican. He said ask your question again. Oh, we just wanted to know when axes were invented there.
Yeah.
That's welcome to this very cultural stream.
When were axes invented in Mexico?
I'm getting it.
What's funny is my wife was telling me the other day, she was talking to Odin, our youngest son. He's 6 years old, and he asked this question which I've never even thought about ever in my life. And I was kind of impressed. Like, they were driving in the car the other day, and he asked her, what was the first song ever invented? Like, what was the first song ever made?
Oh,
And I was like,
boy.
wow, like that's something I've never even thought about. So she Googled it, and apparently it was the first recorded song that's like actually on a like a piece of parchment or paper or whatever it may be, but a recorded song was from Syria, from like
Huh.
a long ass time ago.
Huh.
So.
Interesting. I learned. I don't remember how I learned this. I think I was looking it up to cover it. But the song Black Betty, I really like it, and one of my cars was named after it. But I looked it up, and no one's exactly sure who originally wrote it, because it was actually a song used during slave times to relay messages, like encoded messages, singing the song to each other to get the message across over fields and stuff. So it goes that far back to like before, like it was not written with instruments or anything like that. It was just like a chant that was sung throughout the fields by the slaves.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I was
Caesar
like,
said that.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just like, I think Ram Jam did it, and then when I looked it up, I was like, oh no, this goes back way further. That's very interesting because it's one of my favorite songs, and it has an interesting history.
Hang on.
That's really cool. I did not know that. So Caesar said that stone axes were made during the times before before the conquistadors arrived in
Hmm.
Central and South America. So that was at least before 1519.
Okay.
So we're about 500 years removed from
Wow.
that, at least.
Okay, everybody's gonna watch me wipe out real hard and hang on now. Oh, whoops! It would help
Did
if
you
I hit
did you see
accelerate.
that oh god, what's his name? Elon Musk was on the Joe Rogan podcast today. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was. I was listening to it on the drive home today. It was actually really interesting.
Who's
He's
he
a
sending into
strange
space
guy,
now?
that Elon Musk.
Yeah.
They were talking a lot about AI and the singularity and
Oh
like
god,
what he
those
thinks is going to
conversations
happen.
always scare me.
They started smoking weed at some point, so it probably got a lot crazier. But yeah, he's not very like positive about what's going to happen, like when the singularity happens with
Oh yeah.
AI.
What did? So what did?
Yeah, Joe Bell was saying people have been talking about Elon Musk all day. I guess people have been freaking out because he smoked weed during the podcast, and a lot of people are mad about that for some reason,
Oh
which
my
is weird.
God. Who cares?
Yeah, and what's funny is that like I think people are more mad. I think people get more mad seeing people smoke weed, but if he had taken like eaten a weed cookie, people would not have cared. Like there
Yeah,
was
that
like
would
a
have been
gummy
like,
there.
haha, that's funny. Silly Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Send my family to the moon, please. That's dumb. And that's just not even.
Oh wow! I guess a couple of his executives quit because he smoked weed. Apparently, according to what Saturn Memory said, which is absolutely ridiculous. Jesus,
That's
just
yeah.
weed, people.
It means even less now because it's legalized in most of this country.
Yeah,
Not most of the
yeah,
country, but
it's
the
crazy.
fact that it's legalized anywhere in this country now. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, my bike blew up. I don't remember.
I had a Hang On arcade cabinet a few years ago.
You did personally?
Yeah,
Holy
it wasn't
crap.
the full cabinet with the actual like motorcycle, but it had it was the other cabinet that actually had the
Is it a
handlebars,
stand-up thing?
the upright.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. For a
It
long
was
time, people did
it was
not.
awesome.
Oh yeah, no, that does sound cool. How do I enter my initials? Okay, well, fuck that. For a long time, people did not believe me that Crazy Taxi had a stand-up version because apparently I was one of the few in my group of friends that experienced that.
One game, 100 yen.
Yeah, it
Alright,
was like I always wanted an arcade cabinet in the house, and in my other houses before we moved to New Jersey, we had in a basement, and so I had a really cool setup there. I loved it. I had these like built-in shelves in the back of my basement, and that's where I kept like all my game stuff. So I was able to display it really well. But then we moved to New Jersey, and we didn't have a basement anymore, and so like all my game stuff is now relegated to a closet. And so it's
That's sad.
it kind of sucks in that respect. Yeah, everything just kind of sitting in there. But
Yeah.
I had the arcade down in the basement. It was a lot of fun. But my dream arcade cabinet is still a Neo Geo like arcade, which I really want one of these days.
I think it doesn't make any sense to say, but I would really like to have a Virtual Cop cabinet, even though I essentially could since I have two guns and a Sega Saturn. But I don't know. For some reason, I'd like to have that, or at least something that you can't just experience on a console, like maybe a racing game. I'm trying to think of other ones that are like super crazy now. Has anyone seen that one? Wow, I'm sucking it up right now in space area, where you're on one of those train cars, like that you have to pump as you go. It's 2-player. You're like running around.
Yeah, I remember that. I love
Yeah,
that, man. That was a lot of fun.
that thing's insane. I've only experienced it
I
at
don't.
the Replay FX convention in Pittsburgh, but whew, it's a workout. That's one I don't think I would want to own because I would just unless it gets me into shape somehow. I don't know. I don't feel like that's something you play if you want to relax.
Yeah, so Caesar is saying like stay away from the Neo Geo, like the MVS. I guess it costs a lot of money. What I was planning to do, because with those cabinets, like you can swap out the cartridges, which
Right.
makes it really really cool. It makes it a lot more versatile than your standard arcade cabinet, right? But the problem is the games cost a ton of money. But what you can get is you can get those like all-in-one carts,
Right.
which you can buy online and that was my plan. It was like these like 1 in 150 carts, games where you could just have like almost the entire Neo Geo library, and that's what I figured I would do with that. But let me see here. A few other people are talking about these new arcade cabinets that are like 3/4 the size, and I can't remember
Oh yes.
what the company is that's
1UP
making them. But we were
Arcade?
supposed to
Is
go.
that it?
Maybe. What's weird because we were supposed to go see it at E3. We had an appointment with them at E3 to go try out the cabinets, but we literally could not find where they were at, and so we weren't able to make our appointment, which sucked because they weren't in any of the main areas in E3. So we couldn't find it. But it's really interesting. I think they're like $300, $300 to $400, and you get like 4 different games with it. And it looks really cool, and you could even get like a stand that will go with it to make it basically the same size as your standard arcade cabinet. It sits on top of it. What I think is going to end up eventually happening, though, is like people are going to figure out a way to hack those, and you'll be able to install like MAME or whatever, and you'll be able to create your own very cheap and affordable main cabinet, which is something that I've been waiting on for years. And if this is finally going to be able to give us the option to do that, like I'm all for that. I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah. I lived with someone once who he had an old arcade, just a cabinet, not any there was no boards in it, and he got it gutted. He was going to put a monitor in it sideways and just put a PC in it with MAME on it. And that was like his project. I was going to film the progress of it and everything. We moved into... Fuck! Oh, well, there's the thing I got out of the gachapon. It just killed me. I was going to film the process, but the people we lived with, one of the fiance did not want it in the house, so we had to get rid of it. It was really stupid. But
apparently someone, let's see, Joe Bell is saying the stands for those are $100. At that point, you just create your own stand, man. Like you could put you could put that thing on milk crates.
Yeah, or like something. I mean, go to Goodwill and get a crappy-looking end table or something. You're never gonna see the thing. It's gonna be under something. Oh shit. Okay, I should be able to go to the bars now and find some sailors. Well, that was easy. I just killed literally 8 hours in the arcade accidentally. Let's go to the bars. It's down here.
I did get a Neo Geo X system a few years ago.
Oh
and
no.
No, I like it. I really like it.
Those things are, well, I don't know. I just wouldn't. That's a money sink. With anything.
Right, but it's weird, man, because like with the Neo Geo community, you have like the purists out there that are only like you have to play it on original hardware, like the emulation. I'm fine with it. I think it plays it's pretty good. I mean it's, in my opinion, it's like 90% there, and that's fine with me. I play, like me and my youngest son Odin, like we'll play King of Monsters.
Nice.
And he has a blast at it. That's all I care about, man. Like we have a really good time. I bought an extra controller so him and I can sit there and play King of Monsters together, and a number of other games. It's just it's a shame that that they weren't able to
Bars.
put out like
Thank
more
you.
games. Like it ended early. Like
Right.
SNK or whatever the parent company is these days. Like I
I need to
forget.
ask you something.
Like pulled their
Um,
license early. It was this weird thing that ended up happening. And it sucked. So I did get to play the new Neo Geo Mini at E3 though. That was kind of cool.
Oh, the little arcade, the like super little arcade.
It was super little, but it also the
Excuse
cool
me.
thing about it has an
You
HDMI
alone?
out, so you can just plug it like straight into
I'm looking for a place
your
where
TV,
sailors hang
and
out.
then there is extra controller
Sailors?
ports, so you can like one
No.
person can be playing
They don't come here.
with the joystick on the
more
controller, and
you
another
have
person
time to
can
come
be
in,
playing with
right?
a like
I'm in a hurry.
a replica of a Neo Geo CD controller, which
Oh.
is a really nice controller
Yeah?
actually.
Do
Um,
you want
and so you can
something
play
to
it that way,
drink?
and you can play
No,
two-player
thanks.
games
I better go.
So, but
that way
how isn't
on
it
it.
like
You're
So
no
one of those
fun.
plug-and-play size things? Like, isn't it a super small, uncomfortably sized arcade thing you're playing on?
you started like lagging out there for a bit on my end.
Uh-oh. Isn't the little Neo Geo arcade uh, thing, isn't it really tiny, like impossibly tiny to play on, I feel like?
Is Yeah, it's really small, very small. But I will say, if you're just gonna play it like on the unit itself, like self-contained, you're not gonna do HDMI out or anything like that. The screen is a very good quality. The joysticks and everything are really good. I was really impressed by it. And I think Play Asia just got some in stock as well. I saw an email that came through today or yesterday that said something to the effect that they have them in stock, because I know that they um, sold out really quickly on the whatever company is offering them. What's weird is it's a Chinese company that's like that apparently has licensed it and has made these new units. So it's kind of weird.
Huh, yeah. TJ says it's a 5-inch screen. I guess it just... Maybe I haven't seen any good comparison pictures, because it does not look that big to me.
I remember playing on the Game Boy Micro, and that's like like
Oh,
a
God.
1-inch screen back in the day.
Yeah,
So
I have one of those just sitting in my car for if I need something to do. Maybe this bar has some
it's weird how expensive those got. Like those are not cheap anymore.
They probably made like 200 of them. What the hell is going on?
I'm gonna go take a
Alright.
potty break. I'll be right back.
Okay. I've definitely never been in this place in this game. He's having a time, though.
Excuse me.
Have a seat anywhere.
No thanks. I just have a question. Do you know of any bars where sailors hang out around here?
I see sailors all the time.
Small
but
but
I
somehow
don't know where
playable.
they
Yeah.
hang out.
I see.
I've not seen those world's smallest arcade cabinets.
Oh, you again.
What?
What?
Sorry, lady. Too young. Just give me some
I'm
milk.
sorry,
Send me on my
but
way.
I have some customers to take care of, so could you leave?
Candy cabs.
See you then.
You do have to essentially sit down to play those. I mean the new things that are out, you have to pretty much sit down to play them. Can I talk to this drunk idiot? Oh man, what happened? Yes, him.
Aoi-san?
Oh, he's having a time.
Can I ask you something?
I'm sorry, Rio, but I got
Yeah,
some things I
these
gotta
drinks
do
aren't
now.
gonna drink
Is that
themselves.
so? Well, see ya.
Sweet tunes, but I'm gonna go hang out in another bar as a 17-year-old boy. Don't need that. Okay. Bum. He's not a sailor, but he's having a night. I know that I have to go play pool with the dude, and this is not where I need to be. See ya. For what it's worth, the only Neo Geo console I own is a Neo Geo Pocket Color. I think I've talked about that on here before. Where the fuck am I going? Is this a bar? It's like a travel agency or something. No, that's a casino. Okay. Is this open? Is this even a door? Where's that alleyway I can go down? Not that one. What are you? Yeah, let's try it. I think this might be it. Right on. You can probably all guess why I own that. Oh, this is where I need to be. Sweet.
Oh, hey, Rio. I can't serve you alcohol, but have a seat.
Thanks.
How about a cola?
Cola.
Sure.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome. I was telling the people that the only Neo Geo console I own is or I guess handheld, whatever, the Neo Geo Pocket Color, and I got it because it had that Sonic bundle.
So, what's up?
Yeah, I have a Neo Geo Pocket Color, and the Sonic Pocket Adventure game is really good.
It is. It's a good time. Whoops.
Well, if it isn't Rio.
Get out of our conversation, dude. Trying to talk to this girl that I went to school with that's a hooker now.
Do any foreign sailors come to this bar?
Sailors?
There's going to be a really cool interview in the next issue of Megavisions with the former SNK president.
Nice.
And he talks a lot about Sonic Pocket Adventure and how good of a game that is. So
That's a weird thing that exists. It's like a greatest hit. It's like Sonic 1.5, 2.5.
Excuse me.
I can't remember all that's in it, but I remember that it felt not like Sonic 3, but not quite Game Gear or anything.
yeah, in these like the Sega and SNK had a really cool relationship back then too. I mean, because you could, there were those games. What were the arcade games? It was one of the SNK fighting games that you could go into. Is
Match of the Millennium? Or,
was it like
Is that where they go?
or King of Fighters or something, where you could basically bring your VMU and you could plug it in and take it like with you, and then plug it into your Dreamcast, and then it would create some sort of like some connectivity that you'd be able to have and carry it on. I'm sure someone's going to tell us in the stream.
raise my mic volume, I could just put it really close to my face. Is this better? I bet this is what you want. Wow, Rio drinks
You sound a lot
milk.
more seductive now.
Milk in Japan. Push that away from my face. Oh, whoa, he wrote MJQ Jazz Bar really fancy. So, Michael Jackson question? I don't know what the Q stands for.
What beer are you drinking tonight, by the way?
Rio.
Me, we don't condone drinking here, but I'm drinking Firehouse Red. It's a local red ale.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Someday when you're here,
I'm
I'll
on
get
some,
you some.
What
Oops.
was that?
I said, someday whenever you're over here, I'll get you some.
If you want to talk, come to the bar.
Okay.
Bye for now.
What's
Goodbye.
that conversation? Okay. What are you? Where am I going? I have to go down that alleyway now, I think.
I've been in Guam, and I can 100% attest to the fact that sailors do hang out in bars at night.
Oh,
I've seen it.
proven. It checks out.
Also, the wallpaper in that bar looks terrible.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Time to kick some ass.
Get out of my way.
One of the things about this game, like I remember playing this like back in the day, like 2001 and 2, like when it first came out. Actually, I think I got it. When did the original Shenmue come out? Was it mid 2001 or 2? It's 2001, right?
The first one, I want to say it came out the winter of 2000, I think, because it had a black case. Dude, is my case in this room? It's not. Balls. Well, I wonder if it says in the back of the HD. It doesn't.
December 2000.
Oh.
I don't think I got it. Maybe I got it in 2000. No, I don't know. Shit.
I got it that Christmas.
I got it for
and didn't
Christmas. I
understand
remember
why
my
it was
ex-wife
cool.
got it for me.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-wife got it for me for Christmas that year. And anyway, so I ended up getting it that year. And I think the thing that stuck out at me most with Shenmue was the facial animations, and like
Yeah.
I never had played a game up to that point that showed emotion in characters' faces like Shenmue did. I thought it was amazing, and just watching it today, oh my
Uh-oh.
god, my cats just knocked some shit down.
Oh, that's everyone's favorite game.
Those guys sailors?
Oh god, we got these like orphan cats from the from the pound, and they're breaking shit, which is why most people don't like orphans in their houses.
Yes, that's exactly it. Oh
Like,
shit.
god damn it.
Fucking right. I just kicked some ass in a bar.
That's enough. You put on quite a show, boy. I'm looking for info.
Oh, I didn't
about
even
a
go to the.
Chinese cartel.
Oh shit. I think I skipped a
I'll
scene.
tell you.
I didn't interact with
In
those
return, you don't show your face
people I
here
thought were
again.
sailors at a
Okay.
pool table. Oh well.
Look for a guy named Charlie. Charlie. He deals in smuggled goods. He's well known.
Who wears
in
a
the
hat like
world.
that? What an
He's
asshole.
Nobody.
all about
The
the Chinese
dickheads do. That's who.
cartel. Where is he?
Yeah.
He loves his hog. Try asking at the motorcycle
Just getting the roundabout
shop
by all these
nearby.
losers.
What's he look like?
Whatever. Have fun at your smoky bar.
He always wears shades and a black leather jacket.
I remember getting so upset playing this game if I didn't do the QT like perfectly. Like I
Oh,
felt
yeah.
like I had to stop the game, fucking reset it, and play it again because like I felt like something I wasn't gonna get the full good version of the game, like the good ending or whatever.
No,
And
I
I would get really
understand
mad if I couldn't do it.
because we didn't really.
And so that's for that reason alone, I hate the QTs in Shenmue games.
Okay. Oh, there's the good old Berkeley spray painted on the wall, which is what the Virtual Fighter RPG was called or something. I forget. Somehow Virtual Fighter is related to Berkeley.
I think it's also just, I mean, I won't say lazy, but I understand, like, Yu Suzuki, like, this is a very cinematic game. And so
Right.
you're trying to merge, like, a cinematic experience with a video game that's supposed to be, like, very engaging. And so, like, how do you do that? And so I get that this is probably maybe the best way you could do that back then. And so it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like QTEs. It's more because like playing the game, like I was always worried about like, oh shit, like when's the next, is this cutscene gonna have a QT in it? And I felt like anxiety almost, like, oh god damn it, there's a cutscene, is this gonna have a QT in it? And you have to be on like the edge of your seat, like ready to press some like buttons, or else you're gonna fuck something up. And I don't know, it just fucking stressed me out. I like this guy right here, that fucking drunk stumbling ass yellow guy.
Yeah,
Excuse me. What
they're
is
good.
it?
Everyone's good. Oh, this guy must do the late
Kono-san,
shift at
Do
tomato.
you know a guy named Charlie?
No, don't ask. I want
Afraid
to show you
not.
my stupid
Wears a
prize-winning
black leather
crap.
jacket, sunglasses, and has a tattoo on his arm.
What I did like about Shenmue 2, which was really awesome, is that
I see.
if you needed to go somewhere, like across town, you could just walk up to some random person and be like, hey, I need to go, somewhere that's like 20 minutes away. Can you walk me there? They're like, sure, I'll walk you there. I'm going that way. And that allows you as a gamer, I'm just going to go up and like, go have lunch real quick, and I'm just gonna let this happen.
Right.
But in Shenmue 1, that shit didn't
No
happen.
prize.
Like, you had to run your ass all the way there.
Bummer.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played 2 yet. I was gonna do it on this collection. Someday I'll get to 2. Do I give this to you? Nope.
I don't know what to do now because I've been playing Shenmue 2 on my 360, and I'm pretty far into the game. Not as far as I first got into it, but I'm pretty far into it, and so it just kind of sucks because I'm like, man, do I just abandon my 360 save game
Right.
and just go straight into the PS4 and start all over again, or do I just kind of press on and then go back and play it again at some point? I don't know what to do, man.
I don't know. But I did learn that the items do transfer over, for whatever that's worth. From if you play
What was
from 1
that?
to 2. The like cross save thing or whatever, going from 1 to 2, you do transfer your items over. It's 11 o'clock.
So you can
Please
carry
go
over
drink a
stuff from
coffee.
1 to 2
Yes.
in the PS or in the new versions. Oh, that's
Yep.
cool. So Sega tweeted out earlier today that I think it was this morning that they were hoping that the new patch was going to be available today, but I think they said it's going to be next week.
The 17th, I remember seeing.
What was that?
The 17th, I remember seeing that date, I think.
Oh, okay.
I haven't encountered anything, like anything
Do you know
crazy or
what like
wonky.
bugs like are that they're hoping to fix?
I really don't know. I don't know what's going on with it or what people have experienced. I haven't experienced, and I've played. Oh, not staring at that wall. Probably like 5 or 6 hours of this so far. Where am I going? Gotta go home. But not before I buy a Gashapon.
I love these. Maybe just one.
Input bugs, says Joe Bell. So as in like you press a button and it doesn't register, or it does something else?
This is cool.
A shirtless dude. Is that Jackie?
It's 11:15, man. Ine-san's gonna be like, "What the fuck have you been doing?
Yep,
I should
and
try
I
again.
made him just drink a
You need
coffee.
to go home and go to sleep."
Changed my
I'm
mind.
gonna get one more. It is weird that he's just staying out and not going home.
I love these. Maybe just
What I
one.
would end up doing is just staying out so late to where he's like, "Wait a second, like you are being very irresponsible with your time management skills. Let's just go home," and he just warps back to
Yeah,
the
It's the same
dojo.
one.
yep. It's easier that way. Oh, like right now. Oh, 11:30. Okay, I thought it was
I
10:30.
just know
Huh.
Ine-san is worried. I should go home.
So we had
Whatever.
this. I don't know if I may have told you this story before, but like back, this was probably like 2005 or 2006. Like we had this. I had this idea that we were going to start this campaign with Sega to try to get them to create a new Shenmue, like Shenmue 3, to continue the series.
Mm-hmm.
The idea was going to be that we were going to start this online campaign where people would buy capsule toys,
Oh god.
and we were going to just try to buy like hundreds and thousands of capsule toys and have them delivered to Sega's headquarters in Japan, and like drop them off like in a dump truck at their like headquarters in the front of their building, to show like, hey, this is like from Sega fan or from Shenmue fans like all over the world. Like we want a new Shenmue game, and
That's very basically
that was
physical
gonna be-
internet right there. Because that's what happened anyway.
this was like way before. Obviously, we never got it off the ground, but I thought that would be a really kind of fun and probably annoying way. Probably wouldn't have been a good way to go about it, but that was
Yeah.
something that we were talking about like a long time ago. It's like, hey, what if we just created this capsule toy campaign and just dumped a bunch of capsule toys at Sega headquarters?
It'd make
Who
the
knows?
news. Okay. Did I buy any Saturn games? I don't think I did.
It probably wouldn't have been as effective as just creating like some sort of like online campaign or poll or getting
Right.
people to sign up for something to say like, you know, whatever. But it was
Yep.
fun.
So I understand why they did this, but I kind of wish they didn't have the outlines of all the gachapon toys, because it kind of gets rid of some of the mystery, in my opinion. I don't know. But it looks like they gave you the online, or the things you can only get in the online black market or whatever, like these dogs. The dog named Kelly. The dolphin named Big Phillip. Hi, folks. I'm Big Phillip. And, Big Robin. What are the, yes, there's pigeons. Chip, Rap, Pop, and
I was gonna
Pip.
ask, like, is Alex Kid represented there? And sure enough, he
Oh,
is.
yes. I think, yeah, somehow I did go on one of his. Oh, there's a Ristar. Oh, Alex Kidd only has one. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's a glitch. I'm sure not looking at Alex Kidd. Let's see if that happens with another one. Oh god, there's a rabbit in the freakish front legs. Yeah, the Alex Kidd Gachapon's not showing up, so that's something. Maybe that's what they were talking about. Huh. That's a car. It's the Chevy Chase station wagon.
That is an excellently rendered pigeon.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh wow, you're super behind. You might want to refresh, because I looked at him a little bit ago. Oh, I got Bark and Fang or Knack, two Sonics, SBO.
What is it?
What's what?
It looked like a very strange rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the front legs of that thing. Someone didn't. I'm probably gonna mention this every time I play this game, but the Shenmue postmortem panel that was at Gamescom, GDC, I don't know. It's very interesting. Some of the fun facts, though, and I mentioned this because you mentioned how that rabbit looks. Apparently, they used for like the dogs and cats in this game, they used the human. Oh, we're gonna fast travel there. They used the human skeletons or whatever. I don't know, like the models. That's the word. But I get. Oh, it's raining. I guess what would happen because they did that sometimes periodically the cats and the dogs would stand up on their hind legs and just walk around like any of the other humans in the game. Hello, sir.
I could you imagine if you got a daily allowance growing up
Nope.
when you're like 17 years old? It's
Nope,
like, oh,
that's
here's your money for today. Go and
$5 a
spend it
day.
wisely.
$5 a day. What is that? 30. I can't do math. 35 bucks a week. That's a lot as a kid.
He's also wearing a leather jacket in the rain.
Yeah.
That's very irresponsible.
What an idiot. Speaking of irresponsible, let's get some more Gashapon.
I love these.
I like that he acts surprised every time he walks up to one.
Maybe just one.
I do need all the Sonic the Fighter figures, TJ. Only then will I find my father's killer. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I got another one? God damn it.
What? This again?
I should try
again.
with the money that I've earned. Amy. That's fine.
I know this.
I just looked up her skirt. Sorry, everyone. We're gonna get banned now. So, actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another drink, but you did recently post about your Dreamcast journey.
I'll pass.
Oh,
Wait, what was that?
you recently posted about your Dreamcast journey.
Oh, my last Dreamcast haul.
Yeah, I I think it went up on Sunday, so I was like, oh, I'm dead to the world. I'll read this later, but I sure didn't. So sorry about that. But I'll be right back, and I want to hear about it.
Okay, cool. I'll talk about it while you're gone. Um, so yeah, this was we. I actually went with the Requiem that you guys might have seen some of his posts on Sega Nerds. We went back in July, and so I've been meaning to actually post this for several weeks and months now. But I ended up picking up like a close to 20 new Dreamcast games, which helped round out my Dreamcast library. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm trying to collect an entire North American release or retail release Dreamcast library in like a year. And I started with about like 30 or 40 games, and I'm now like up to well over 100 games now. But I guess the biggest game that I picked up here recently was the original Gigawing, which cost close to, I think it was about $100, which is freaking crazy. But it was one of those where I'm like, you know what, like I want to finally add a rare game to my Dreamcast library, and I just had the money, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. But I've been going around to like a lot of different places in New Jersey and on the East Coast, wherever I can pick up, or find a retro game store. I'll go in and find games that I have, and so I've been kind of chronicling this Dreamcast challenge on the Sega Nerds website, and it's been tough, man. There's a lot of games out there, and it's not that easy. I've been trying to stay away from eBay. Like I haven't really bought any games yet on eBay. I'm trying to get most of these through brick and mortar places, and I think that will make the whole thing a lot more fun. Just getting out and finding them. So the good thing is there's a lot more places around me that I haven't even gone to yet, that I plan on going in the next few months, and things are going to pick up again. Like it's been slow this summer just because there's been just so much stuff that we've had to buy, like for the kids, and there's just like like vacations and all that other stuff that happens during the summer, that I've been having to kind of focus any additional income on. So I haven't had a lot of just extra cash to be able to go buy Dreamcast games. But now that school's back in session and summer's over, I'll be able to start focusing back on collecting my Dreamcast games. So yeah, TJ is one of the few people who I know who has an actual complete US Dreamcast set. So whenever I'm out and about and I'm like, hey, I need like a sanity check. Like, is this game reasonably priced? I will always go to TJ. Like, TJ, tell me, should I spend this money on this game?
Yeah, he's
and
the collector.
I think I like I said, I spent $100 on Gigawing. I know that Gigawing 2 is the more like pricier game, so I may have overspent some on that. I probably did, but like I was saying to the guys on the stream, like I needed to get it. I saw that it was there, so I just decided to just go ahead and buy it. So Gigawing is like the most expensive game that I've bought yet during this Dreamcast challenge, and it's like it was about $100.
Woof.
But here's the thing, though. Like, here's how I rationalize it in my mind. Like, I could go and buy 2 brand new games that I may play for a little bit, and those are like depending on where you buy it, anywhere from $45 to
I'll
$60
buy you
a
one.
piece.
What do you want?
Or I can buy
Oh,
like
really?
one
Thanks.
really
What
rare
kind of game
game
do you
on the
recommend?
Dreamcast that I'll want to keep in my collection forever for
I
$100 or, like $120. And so that may just be me being a psychopath, but that's how I rationalize it in my mind, and that's how I make it okay.
Yeah. What drink should I buy this guy, everybody? Never mind. Apparently.
I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry. Oh, well. Give
Oh,
my
what the
regards
fuck?
to
Are
Papa.
those giant safety pins that he has on his
Sure thing.
his
I'll say hi
shirt?
for you.
I don't know, I missed it.
Thanks again.
Oh shit, did I just not buy him one? Fuck, I'm an asshole now. Come back, I'll get you a soda. I have nothing to do. Damn it. I fucked up. Whoa, what's he doing?
Uh-oh.
Just shitting in the street, huh, buddy?
Excuse
Whoop.
me. Huh? Me?
So TJ's saying you get a higher chance of getting a gold can by selecting the blue can.
No,
Yes.
it's nothing.
I did not know that.
And TJ just told me I missed an achievement. Fuck, I want to load my save. I'm gonna load my save and do it again.
You got to start over now. You fucked it all up.
I fucked it up. How do I? Oh god.
And
no, wait,
no loitering either, so you got to keep moving. You can't loiter here.
I'm gonna restart the save. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm an
Like the
idiot.
dude across the street is totally loitering.
Yeah,
Look at this guy.
he sure is. How do I?
I've never if this guy's not a loiterer, I've never seen a loiterer in my life.
It's fucking Yakuza. I'm not gonna say anything to him.
He's got a good power squat going though.
Okay. Let's see if I can find that guy again. Only because TJ mentioned a trophy, and I would like to get all the trophies in these games.
Have you gone to the tattoo parlor yet?
No, that's my next stop. I have to find Charlie.
Fucking Charlie.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of the most I've spent on a... Oh, Jesus. Gigawing was 150. You nut. For TJ.
I'm actually going in and selling off some of my other some of my collection here recently. I think I'm deciding that I'm just going to collect for Dreamcast, and I'm just going to sell off a lot of my other stuff. Like in years past, like I've just bought all sorts of stuff. Like I pretty much have every North American released console going from the 2600 up and till what we have today. So I have most every console. Like I am missing some, like the Neo Geo stuff. I'm missing some of the Sega variants. I'm missing like the JVC XI, for instance. Like I'm missing that. But
right, okay.
outside of that, like I'm missing some of the SG-1000 stuff. Like I've got like the Mark II SG-1000, but like the very first SG-1000, I'm missing some of that. But so console-wise, like I pretty much have everything. But as I continue to collect for systems, I was just like, I'm never going to collect a full. I'm never going to have like a full library. And so like I started thinking, is like, okay, so if I were to just dedicate myself to one system, what system would that be? And it was easy. Like it was the Dreamcast, and that's why I was like, like I want to just do that. And so basically what I'm doing now is I'm selling off some of my other libraries from other systems to try to like help me fund my Dreamcast collecting.
Right.
And so I put a bunch of stuff on eBay over the last few weeks. I'm selling like Nintendo games and stuff like that I don't really care about. Like, why do I even have Nintendo 64 games? I'm literally never gonna play these games.
Yeah.
I hated the Nintendo 64 back in the day.
I
Like,
have some that I still enjoy on it. It's more of a backup party system at this point.
Yeah.
Except for Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I loved that game, so I have that still.
I think that like I really did not like the way the graphics looked in the Nintendo 64. Like I just thought the textures, even back then, just looked really muddy and bland. It was not appealing to me visually, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what turned me off. Like
Right.
I still don't understand what people see in Mario 64. Like I think that game
Do you have a minute?
sucks.
You heard it here first, everyone. Hot takes from a Sega fan site. Mario 64 sucks.
You'll not hear this anywhere else.
Nope. It's not aged well. I played it not very recently, but recently enough, and it's meh. It's aged better than
I
a lot
remember
of
when
3D
it
games, but you know.
Yeah, I remember when Nintendo ported it to the DS. I was like, you know
Oh.
what? Like, I remember playing it on the 64. I hated it, but I'm gonna give it another shake. I'm gonna play on the DS, and I fucking hated it then too. I remember, you remember that shitty like weird nub thing that Nintendo came out with that like it was like this weird thing that you tied around your thumb, and like that was supposed to be like the extra
Oh, yeah.
analog thing.
Yep.
All it did is scratch your DS screen, all this
I
shit.
do remember that. Yeah.
That's okay. Thanks anyway.
Wow.
God, man. You know, Nintendo, like, they're just weird as hell, like, when they come up with shit. Like, I don't know. I love Nintendo. You know, like, I really appreciate Nintendo because they're so fucking weird, but,
What can I get for you, Rio?
They
a
have
lot of their
there's-
stuff doesn't work for me.
Yeah, there's
What is
just the accessories that exist
I'm looking
are
for
just
somebody.
amazing that are out
Do
there.
you know a guy named Charlie?
There's a James and Mike
What
Mondays
does he look like?
with on
He wears a
Cinemasker
black
with
leather
Angry
jacket
Video
and
Game Nerd and all that
sunglasses.
stuff,
I
where
hear he's
they
got a
try out
tattoo on his
all
arm.
the fucking nuts
I see
Nintendo
lots of
accessories,
foreigners
and
around
one of
here,
them
but
is
I
no
haven't
joke.
seen
Like
anyone like
it's
that. I
basically
see.
if you had a book and you turned it sideways and open it up like you would a DS, I guess, you know, but it's a sensor and you have to put your hand in there. So think of it as if like it's a triangle shape, and you have to put your hand in there, and you use that as the controller. It reads it, you're almost like a theremin or something, but that's a controller. I don't remember what it's called, but that exists. Does anyone in the chat know what I'm
Excuse me.
talking about?
Sorry, man. I'm
Whoa,
kinda
dude,
busy
chill out.
now.
Fucking jump off a cliff for all I care. Just asking about sailors. Charlie.
His cardigan sucks ass, also.
What a shit. Hello, dog. Dog's got a good butt. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. This is my town.
I'm glad TJ agrees with me that Mario 64 sucks.
No, it's a Nintendo accessory. I don't. If you look up like NES sensor controller something, you'll probably be able to find it. What am I doing? Oh, Charlie. Doing Charlie. I think he lives up in one of these places.
I saw that he was talking about a tattoo, so I'm getting excited that we're gonna go to the tattoo shop hopefully soon.
Oh yes, yes.
I
Oh,
think
God.
the Sega Activator nerd
What is
video also
happening?
had Keith Apicary in it, which was
Oh
really
yeah,
awesome.
that like Christmas
Terribly
episode.
sorry.
That was a great angle. Everyone's gonna enjoy now of the door.
We had
Oh, this-
Keith Apicary on the Nerdcast a long time ago.
Oh
that
my
was like one
God.
of my favorite
It's closed.
podcasts.
Yeah, I need to. I think that's one that I've like started, and for whatever reason, I never continued watching. So that's a problem.
Oh man, it's really good. And my mom, what's funny enough, like my mom loves Keith Apicary. She
Really?
thinks he's so funny. She loves him. She thinks he's hilarious. And she thought that the fact that I interviewed him on our Nerdcast, like she just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And she'll still talk about it. She's like, "It's so cool that you interviewed him." And actually got to meet him at E3. Like me, Marcin, and Rob. We got to
Nice.
talk to him a little bit. I gave him an issue of the preview issue of Megavisions, and he thought it was awesome. We got a photo with him and stuff. He's cool, man.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, like I think he's talented enough that he's just so good at physical comedy. Like, I think he is gonna make it in Hollywood at some point. Like, he's gonna get his break. But the thing that I like about him as like Nathan Barnett, like outside of Keith Apicary, like he's a real gamer. He's kind of like Xavier Woods in a lot of ways. Like
Yeah.
this guy, like he loves video games. He's a legit gamer. He's not like trying to like just ride on the coattails of the popularity of video games and use that to his advantage. Like he's one of these people. Like I mean, he's a legit guy, and so I root for him, man. Like I want him to make it, and I hope he does.
Yeah, I stumbled across his dance audition video for shit. I don't know, a hip hop artist. I can't remember her name. I watched
It was that female. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
That is a video. If I am in a bad mood, I will watch that video, and it cheers me right up. But it's no joke one of the funniest things I've seen on the internet. But he was at Too Many Games, not this past year, but the year before, and I saw that he had a spot in the on stage, like in the band room. I'm like, does he have a lecture in there? And we went, and apparently he has music. Like, he has written albums, and it was then I was like, holy shit, I need to look into more of this guy. Now, mind you, it was not great music, but it was entertaining because he was literally running all over the room. And his booth at Too Many Games, it was just a table, but he stole a bunch of shrubbery from throughout the convention hall and just put it behind his booth. And I started getting cast members that were in the Angry Video Game Nerd movies to sign the ET video game manual that I have, and I got him to sign it, and he I went to his booth after he performed and was just saw him there and got him to sign it, and he's like, oh no, I forgot my backpack, I gotta go get that, but if you guys want some M&Ms, there's some. And he just ran. And that was my Keith Apicary experience.
He is just like a ball of energy. Like he's a fun person to be around. Like I don't know, he's awesome, man. I really like him.
And he likes Sega and Neo Geo, SNK.
I wanted to get him to, and we were talking for a while about him doing a column in Megavisions, but I just don't know if like his humor would translate well to
right
print. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were never able to make it happen.
Yeah, just have an advertisement for his shirts or something in the magazine.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the guy. Like he's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Going back to Tomato.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just killing time until 2 o'clock when the tattoo parlor opens. Oh yeah. I remember I need a candle and matches at some point. Like for some reason I can't use a flashlight? I don't remember exactly. Or maybe I need to light candles in my basement. I forget. It's such a weird thing. Like this game's so captivating because you have all this stuff you can buy. You do need a flashlight at one point. You do need matches to light candles at one point. But you don't need chocolate. You don't need these potato chips. You don't need... You can listen to these cassette tapes of, like, Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know what's going on in here, but this is clearly Tom's album. That's probably why he's over in Japan now, touring with his hot dogs and his music. Get a light bulb.
We need the candles and the matches to take to Ine-san's room later.
Right. Oh, a light bulb. I don't remember needing a light bulb. But again, oh yeah, there's one in the house. I have the cassette player. TJ, well you might know this too, obviously, Chris. How do you get the Saturn games? Can you only win those?
Hell if I know.
I know they are prizes. That might be the only way.
Let's get those heavy beats. Hip to hop.
Can't look at this sign. Ugh. Yeah, let's buy heavy beats. Hip to hop. Hip to hoop to wop woo wop. Please.
The only TJ saying you got to win the Saturn games by buying chips, chocolate, or caramel at Tomato.
Oh, okay. I've got plenty of money for that. Let's scoot on over to there. Oh, I forgot I have to walk up to the
God,
counter every
I
time have
was
a
chastising you
individual
for
item.
buying all that caramel earlier.
Yep. Live and learn.
Draw a ticket.
another yogurt tomorrow. Or, no. What's the next lyric in that song?
Could you imagine going and buying chips at like your local grocery store and like, oh, congratulations, you won a Saturn game?
Take your
Yeah.
pick, man.
Oh, cool. Do I want Supersonic or Metal Sonic? I think I want Supersonic. Yep.
Okay, this one.
When the Saturn goes, yeah, chip chocolate caramel. Okay. Thanks, dude. I'll just put this very sharp toy in my back pocket.
Thanks, man.
All right. So chips.
What is the
chocolate,
date
caramel.
today? In game.
Oh, in game. Bob, 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 Bob. Why did I look at that? I don't know how to see that. Normally, you would just see it by pausing it. Oh, it's up in the top. July
Okay,
12th.
he's saying the best time to get it is between December 23rd and 25th.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
To get
All right,
Saturn
well,
games.
fuck this. I'll see you in 3 months. 5 months. I can't do math. It's raining. I do remember thinking it was the coolest thing running into Santa on the streets in this game.
Excuse me.
It's the little things.
Forgive me.
Actually, yeah, that came up in conversation during, I think, the marathon when we were doing online stuff. Did you do any online stuff with the Dreamcast when it was relevant, Chris?
I did a lot of stuff online with the Dreamcast back in the
Oh,
day.
okay. Because the only stuff I did was really like, I of course did Sonic Adventure, like had the Christmas tree in the middle of Station Square, like the Halloween theme stuff in the levels, and I did play a couple of rounds of Choo Choo Rocket, but that was pretty much it.
I remember having to bring that because the one good thing that Sega did, and okay, not, I wouldn't say one good thing, but one of the awesome things that Sega did when you bought a Dreamcast was like they gave you like a 25-foot cord
Oh, right, yeah.
for the Dreamcast. Like when you connect it to like a like your phone port or connector or whatever, your phone jack, you plug that in, and I needed every bit of that. And
Yeah.
so I would run it from like one end of the room all the way to the other into my living room, and I'd be able to have to play it that way. But yeah, man, I played PSO a ton back in the day. Like
See, I missed out on that.
that's one of the ways that Graham and I were really hanging out, like early
Oh, wow.
on, like
That's
when we
awesome.
started Dreamcasters Realm. Like we were playing PSO, like the very first PSO, quite a lot back then. It was a lot of
That's
fun.
really cool.
Catch me next time, will you?
I played Unreal Tournament,
Nice.
and I was really
Oh, sweet.
amazed by how much of a difference, because I wasn't a PC gamer ever up to that point. But I remember finally getting the Dreamcast keyboard and mouse, and then playing Unreal Tournament online, and just the amazing difference like it made in how well I did, like just the precision and everything else.
Yeah.
That it allowed me to kind of have, like it was night and day, like compared to the Dreamcast controller, because
Yeah.
you were able to play against PC players, and like Unreal Tournament and like Quake 3 and stuff, and man, it
right.
was awesome. I would play NFL 2K1 online, and I think I was like talking about it in our
Oh, in Discord today. Yep.
Tom.
our Discord server today too. Yeah, and people would get mad at me because I'd want to talk to them because you could send video clips. I think you'd like hold the Y button and you could record like a clip and send it to the other person as you're playing the game.
Oh, wow.
And people would get mad at me and they're like, "Stop sending me video clips! It lags the game."
Oh, that's great. That's a great tactic. I didn't know you could do that. That's crazy. I also didn't know you could put cassettes into Tom's
I wasn't
boombox
even-
here.
Oh, that's cool. Tom's hair was also really cool too.
It
was
was.
way
It-
different.
It
There's
looks
something
bad now.
I don't even know how they did it, but you could see the texture in his hair. It was really
Yeah.
cool.
It's very strange. Can I just stare at your hair for a second, Tom? Thanks. Yeah, you look like you're made of pipe cleaners. What am I doing? Okay, it's 1:15. 45 minutes till that place opens.
Excuse
I
me.
feel like we need Tom back in another Sega game.
I'm
Does
looking
he
for a
not show
guy
up in
named
Shenmue 2?
Charlie. What's he like? He wears sunglasses, a black leather jacket.
I don't remember.
and has a tattoo
Does he come
also.
back in Shenmue 2?
I've
Like
no
I've
idea.
not seen
Never
him.
played it.
I see.
In my last playthrough, at least where I'm at yet, I have not seen him.
That's one of my more proud snags online. I got Shenmue 2 in a lot sale of original Xbox games for $8. Joy becomes a new Tom? Who's Joy?
Yeah, TJ is saying we don't see Tom again after Shenmue 1, which
That's
is
horrible.
a damn shame.
Yeah, that's a travesty. I hope that he shows up in 3 for no reason at all.
Hi. What can I get
Is
for you?
TJ, you're the insane collector. Is Shenmue 2
Charlie?
expensive now
What's he look
since
like?
the
He wears
re-release and
sunglasses
3's
and a leather
announcement and all that
jacket, And
nonsense?
he's got a tattoo on his arm.
I mean,
I
on
don't think so.
Dreamcast or
I
Xbox,
see.
whatever.
Graham got me Shenmue 2, the English version on Dreamcast for my birthday one year,
Oh,
and
that's
so I
cool.
have that. I think that's a way more expensive than the Xbox version,
Yeah, I imagine so.
but I
I'd like
still
to
don't think
own
that
it
it's like
Dreamcast.
crazy expensive.
Yeah. I'd still like to own it for Dreamcast someday.
The Dreamcast version I like because it's
Excuse me.
only
What do you want?
I'm looking
you
for
only
someone.
have like
Do
the
you know a
Japanese
man
voice
named
acting,
Charlie?
and
Charlie? Who's
you
he?
I mean,
No,
obviously
I
the English voice acting in
said I
Shenmue
had no
is
idea.
kind of silly,
Give
right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's become like a thing.
Why?
Right.
Um,
Stop wasting
but
my
it's a
time.
completely different experience, like
Excuse
listening
me.
to the
No,
Japanese
boss.
voice acting because it's a much more serious experience, and
Huh.
you get it's like a whole different game listening to that. Like, you don't feel like it's campy. It takes all that out of it. And
I don't know
so
if I'd like
it's
that.
I'm really enjoying playing that version.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Humph.
TJ saying the Shenmue 2 on Dreamcast is about $80,
Holy shit.
whereas the Xbox version is 12. Which, if you can get the Xbox version for $12, get it, because I've not seen it that cheap. Like, when I go to like, like any conventions, I've only seen it like at least $20 and up. But
Mm-hmm.
so if you can get it for
Oh.
$12, go after that.
TJ said I can switch the language on this. Apparently, whenever I want. Yes, I can. Let's give that a try. Alright.
Do you think when the English voice actors start recording voices for Shenmue 3, which should be very soon if they haven't already, do you think they're going to keep this like campy style, or do you think they're going to go for a more
don't know.
serious?
Because
Or
it's
what
like,
would you prefer?
I'd prefer campy, but I feel like if they tried to do that, it might sound forced.
I think you got to, right? Like, you got to keep. Yeah, you got to just stick with
Yeah.
that same style. I think that would be better.
Oh man. I don't like this. Nope, nope. Going back to English. Sorry, everybody. Sorry for that mistake I just made. That small conversation convinced me I'd need to stick with English. Awkward. Let's clarify. Awkward English. What am I doing? Oh, Charlie. Time to go kick some ass. That should be the subtitle to this game, Shenmue. What am I doing? Blue's up here.
I hope at some point in my life I can have the funny bear burger.
Yeah. Oh, come the fuck on.
Still not
I thought
open?
If we ever open our own burger
12
joint,
or
Scotty,
10.
we got to name it the Funny Bear Burger.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's look into those copyrights. Wait, yeah. 1400 is 2 o'clock, right? It is now 2:30. Open the fuck up.
Yeah, it's well past 2 o'clock.
What
It's
the hell?
closed.
I thought, what do I do for this?
I would not put it past Sega for them to throw any trademark claim on us for the Funny Bear Burger.
No, TJ, come back. I don't know what to do now in the game. Help, chat. What do I do? I can't get into Charlie's stupid
Let's
tattoo
go get us a
parlor.
tattoo.
It won't let me in. What's this? That's a bar.
It's so closed. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Unless I have to go on a
It's
certain day.
past 2 o'clock. They should be open.
Yeah.
We're at 2:30 here.
Right. What's this? Okay, is there another tattoo place? I'm pretty sure that's it.
Aren't you able to fast forward time? Like wait in an area?
I don't know. Can I do that in this one? Collection. Fish. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Where is my strategy guide? I actually have a strategy guide for this game. Oh, here it is. Alright. Looking, whipping out the physical strategy guide. I thought about, whoops. Thought about setting up a webcam and just having it on the strategy guide. Let's see here. Oh, that's not helpful. Which disc
So
am I on?
if you got a PlayStation camera, you'd be able to set it up in a traditional way as like a regular streamer, like on PC, right?
Not on PC, because it has a input that's only made for the PS4. Or, I mean, it has a plug that's only made for an input on the PS4. I do have one of those. I got it literally just for streaming. Oh, I can go learn a move.
I wonder if you just connected like a regular USB webcam to your PS4, would that work?
I don't know. Sometimes things just kind of wake up when you plug them into the system. So maybe. I don't think it would work. Well, it might work. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, a keyboard just works. A mouse. Have I used a mouse with a PS4? I don't think I have. I'm gonna go learn a move from what's this dude's name? Mr. Yamagishi. Oh, gonna run into walls. How do I get to where I'm going? Oh wait, no, it actually is in this area, because it's down an alley. Psycho on a Vespa. Is it this way? Nope. Oh, I can't turn like a car. This way. Nope. What are you doing, buddy?
Excuse me. I'm too tired right now.
Too tired to
Ask
talk?
someone else, will you?
Whatever, dude. There what? Get out of my way. I was doing okay not using a strategy guide in this game until you have to talk to the Yakuza or the whatever the hell it is. What are they actually called? I forget. Hello, sir.
I don't know.
No, no! I don't want to talk to you. I'm trying to stand in front of this idiot. I have a mission to get horrible pictures of this guy. Whatever. Thank you. It's my.
All right, Scotty, I'm gonna
my
have to
game.
get going for a little bit, buddy.
Okay. I'm gonna still play, but thank you for popping in.
Okay. It was awesome hanging out with you, man. And thanks for everyone joining the stream. It was awesome doing that. I'm gonna have to figure out something with my internet up here
Yeah.
because it's just it was the stream was lagging a lot, and and our even our Discord stream was kind of tough, so it was
Yeah, that's
hard
weird.
to talk a bit. So we got some work to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's my end though. I don't think it's anything that that you're doing. So I have to figure that out. But
Okay.
I'm excited to do this again. This was fun.
Yeah, this is a good game to just BS while you're playing. So, but yes, have a good weekend, sir.
Yeah, man. And Graham has actually been at
Oh
a
right.
Sega Press event today, and so yeah. So I'll message you, and I was gonna see if maybe we can try to set up a podcast recording time this weekend. So I'll message you once you're done, probably tomorrow, and see if there's some time we can set up a recording time
Thank you.
to do a podcast. If not, that's cool, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, yeah. Keep me posted.
But yeah, man, it's been good, and I will talk to you later.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Excuse me.
And so for everyone else, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys
I'm
later.
rather tuckered out at the
Everybody say
moment.
bye, Chris. Who am I supposed to be talking to here? Oops. Okay. I thought that I... No, that's not him. Am I not in Suzume Park? I'm not sure where I am. Is this a Suzume? Yeah, this is it. And it said between 3 and 7. After you speak to Tom before the Three Blades event. Whoops, I missed it. Which one is that? Double blow. Oh well. Let's see. Trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Man. What's going on? You're watching what? Another stream? Made the streamer pass out due to alcohol. Oh, good. What a guy. Alright, let's see. What are you doing? Hello, orange jacket.
Heyo. What's up?
What is crackin'? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. Okay. Oh, where do these steps go? Oh. Oh, whoa. Where am I now? I don't know. Where am I? This is cool, though. Whoa, I never knew about any of this area. I mean, this is not much here. Wakaba. Wakaba? I guess I'll walk up here. Sure. Like these, I don't think these serve as plot points in the game at all, but the fact that they're just here are cool. Is cool.
Perhaps they're out?
Oops, nope, didn't mean to. No, okay.
No one's home?
Probably.
Perhaps they're out?
Cool. See y'all later. Okay. Dum 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 dum. How did I? Oh, it's around this corner. Did merp. Sometimes it's easier to do like a 180 turn. Yeah, on a sunny day I can go engage in another conversation apparently, but not in the rain. No, I don't want to go there yet. What a game, what a game, what a mighty fine game. Marvel as you wander. Oh, you asshole. Well, only one person on the stairs at a time. Well.
Mayumi, do you know anyone named Charlie? He wears a black leather jacket, sunglasses, and he has a tattoo on his arm.
I don't know anyone like that.
I guess not. Thanks.
Now get out of my... Whoa, fuck you, I guess. See ya. Twitch affiliate thing. Oh, we have it. I initiated it. So we just need to get the subs things going. Why do you say that though, Caesar? Is there something that happened recently that like is even better for affiliates now? Butcher. Yeah, I'm right near the fucking park. Can't say that. Ow. Inoki's Revenge. Sunny day. Won't see Charlie near computer shop at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Okay. Well, let's go hang out at the arcade. It's only 5:20. Oh, these are psychos.
Excuse
What's
me.
going on with your arm?
Huh?
Whoa.
Who the hell you think you are?
Who the hell do you think I am? Kick. Oh, here it is. Cool. Let's do some arcade. Oh, that way you feel like you're actually helping. Yeah, no, I mean, that would help, because magazines are not free. Look at these guys. Let's see what they're doing.
What is it, kid?
I just want to get my ass
I need
kicked,
to ask you
please.
something.
Forget it! Who the hell do you think you're talking to? You
Maybe
put
the
whose name-
arcade owner should step in.
I've got a question for you.
Who are you kidding?
Kiss off, Twit. Twit off, Kiss.
What do you
You guys
want?
are sitting weird.
I want to ask you something.
Phew.
That's
you
some
sure
nerve,
got nerve.
bitch.
Why, you ain't nothing but some
Punk-ass schoolboy. Hell yeah. That's me. Alright, what should I play? T1 or 2. Space Harrier. Hang on. More darts. I like that there's these plants here. Like, this is the divider. This is the darts area. I wish you could play some of these sit-down things, too. I can't look down. Oh, that's Fantasy Zone. For a second. Just for a fucking second. What are you guys playing? Nope. Can I click on that? Okay, then why? There's a flicky thing. This is clearly supposed to be Afterburner, right? Future Spy. Let's change the music.
100 yen a song. Maybe just one
Or
song.
5. Caesar, what should I play? I don't mean song, I mean arcade game. Magical Sound Shower. Pause knob. Look, oh, Michael Jackson. So it's like a jazzy thing. Gotcha. Space Harrier. Alright, we'll try that some more. Noop doop derp doop 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 doop.
Space Harrier, 100 yen a game.
I will put 2 plays in.
I'll try it.
Daytona is unfortunately not an option. There's probably some weird rights thing that they can't put that in a game yet. I don't think that's been in a game, has it? Any of the Yakuzas or anything? Moot?
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Fuck these bushes. Fuck these floating rocks. Fuck these enemies. Up. Oh, missed almost all of them. Okay. Get ready.
Get ready.
Whoa, go. I guess I didn't hear those sounds before. They are something. This game always makes me want to watch, oh gosh, Last Starfighter. I don't know why. Nope. Ah. Dumb. As much as you like Daytona, you know, a year it came out, I'd be willing to bet 94 if it came out before the Saturn did, to launch with the Saturn. Jesus Christ.
Get ready.
Get ready for game over. That was a very bad run. Yeah. Eastwad also applies, not available. Oh, really? That's weird. Shenmue set years before Daytona. True.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Oh, cool. You can just watch its demoing thing.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
There we go. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Dumb. I thought I could just shoot and run through shit. I do really like the theme song in this game. Oh my gosh, I've never gotten hit by one of those.
Get ready.
Many more battle scenes. Suck it. Is any weapon fire? Use the shoulder buttons if I want to. Gotta get his fat face. Suck it, lizard butt. Nope, those can't be destroyed. Okay. Hit you. There we go. Can't hit your face. See, like, there it is. Giza. Oh, you have a question? Ouch. Shenmue 2 set in 89? I am not sure. Oh gosh. Ow. When was this one? This one's 86. Right? What happens if I hit that button? Nothing. I'll have to look in a second. It's interesting you can't see... Oh, my clock is in the top right corner. My watch. I don't remember that in the original game. Oh god, oh god. Nah. I don't think I've made it... Shit! Past this level. Yep. I need to kill time till 7, so we're good now. Put my name in. Maybe. That's not my first initial, but I don't care. We'll just do Rue. Rue. Yeah, what? This is 86. I don't know that that one takes 89, because it wouldn't take them 3 years to get to China, right? Get an SC to Dreamcast thing. That would be nice. It would be nice. I forgot where I was going now. Huh. Damn it. I should get ambushed here. Oh, here it is. Unless it's just changing to night. Yep.
Yo, pal! What's up?
What's up, loser?
Hey, I know you. Nah, let me apologize for before. What? You know, you're a good fighter. I was impressed. So, I'm looking for a guy named Charlie. Charlie? Yeah, he's a friend of mine. Really? Yeah, you don't trust people, do you?
Well, my dad was killed
Come
recently,
on.
so...
I'll take you to meet him.
Pretty sure... Oh, this is an actual fight. Yep. No, not QTE. This is a battle.
Come on, tough guy.
Oh, you
Show
got
us
it.
What you got.
The hell? You guys will shop at the same place? Alright, whatever. Fuck you. Slap your bitch ass. I don't remember any of the controls. Okay. Leg, throw, oh, dip. Hand? Block. Okay. Hell yeah. Oh, yes. How about some of that? Fuck you. Listen, dude. Yeah, I don't remember any of my moves, but this fight's a joke. Suck it. We done? We done. Listen, dude. I'm Ryu Azuki. Who the hell do you think you are? Sorry, Ryo Azuki. We done? Oh.
So, do you know Charlie? I don't know any Charlie. Where'd you get the tattoo? Okinawa.
Wrong answer.
I'm not lying, but there's a tattoo parlor in Yokosuka too. A friend told me about it. Where's the tattoo parlor? I don't know. You've got to believe me.
Meh. It's snowing. Wait, it's snowing in June. It's July and it's snowing right now. Tattoo parlor location. Good note. Yeah, no, I totally don't remember the controls. I should look at the fighting moves. I was trying to do... Oh, you know what? I don't have that yet. There's a tornado kick you learn later on. That's a good one. Right, X. That's what I'm gonna use right there. I don't understand what the bars are. Maybe that's difficulty? Just haven't learned them yet. Oh, I do know this? Does that say L2? That's really tiny. L2 square and X. Okay. I should probably practice some of these. Sushi shop's probably gonna be closed, so we should buy one of these.
Toy capsules. 100 yen each, huh?
Shenmue is, or Japan has crazy weather.
Maybe just one.
The hell, like. Aha!
What's this?
I don't know. Well, finally encountering some of the issues, I guess. Anybody want to guess what we got? You got. Oh, fuck! Ristar! I want to look at Ristar!
Maybe I should get another.
Maybe it'll actually show up. Cool. Oh, it's an X
Hey.
button. That's neat.
Maybe
Nope.
I should get another.
I draw the line at the X button.
I'll pass.
Can I not look at Ristar? Oh, let's look at him. Fuck yeah. Ready to fuck shit up. Everybody's zoom on the ground. When your zoom goes on the ground, there's no time to look around. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Yep. Neat. Someday I'll be able to look at Ristar. Someday. What? You're closing?
What's up?
Okay. Good talk. Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly, Caesar. How's your Dragon Warrior run going?
Excuse me.
What is it? I really
Why
don't
don't you
have the
acknowledge
time
me?
now. I'm sorry, but can you ask me later?
Okay. Got a minute?
Ryo,
May I ask you something?
Ryo, can't you come back some
Huh.
other time?
That's
I see.
cool. I didn't know
Sorry.
I see.
he left his shack. What is he buying? We should get a tomato. I'm gonna go buy more free shit. Or, not free shit. Oh, you finished it. Nice. Cool, cool. So these guys give me a better shot. But how do you... Whatever.
Hey man, this.
Give me a prize chance, sucker. Hell yeah, I
take
will. Oh, I got a... Yes!
I won.
Is 3 a Saturn game?
Take your pick, man.
Fuck, I don't want cassette tapes. Okay, so 2 is Saturn games. 1's the boomboxes, 2's the Saturn games. What's FT? Yeah, I'll take Space here. I like the theme song.
Okay, this one.
Oh, okay, cool. I will check that out. Well, congrats on finishing it, though.
Thanks, man.
Hey, as long as you feel accomplished... Whoa. That's what counts.
Hi.
Hey,
It's me.
it's you.
Got a minute?
Some other time, okay?
I see.
Check out the latest issue of Pooh. Maybe not. I thought you could, like... whatever. Oh, it's snowing way harder now. It's actually snowing harder, not just, like, at the same snowing. I don't know. I think that's cool. Let's see here. candle. Potato chips. I have a lot of potato chips. I could go feed the cat. Oh.
Excuse me. I'm really sorry, but I have some work to do now.
Okay.
I see.
At 9:45 at night. Hi, buddy.
Are you alright?
I'm just fine and dandy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Whoop. Yep. Derp. What am I doing? Charlie. Hello.
Welcome.
Oh boy.
Do you know of any tattoo parlors around here?
Tattoo parlors? Well, I don't know. But
I think she's a lady of the night.
You do have time to come in, right?
No, I'm in a hurry.
Was there was the last boss crazy
See
hard
you.
in Dragon Warrior? Did you have you played through it before? Or was this your first time completing it? The fuck are you doing out in this weather, lady? Come here. I can go in now. Alright, fuck yeah. Didn't know that. I'm here. Hello. What up, douchebags?
Sorry, man. We're closed.
A guy named Charlie gets his tattoos here, right?
Never heard of him.
That's funny. He's been bragging about your work. I want to ask him something in person.
That's so. Hey, man. Why don't you lose the jacket?
What?
Easy, man. I just figured you've got perfect skin for my work. Nice color. No sag. I would love to get the chance to work on someone fresh for a change. I'm sick and tired of those cheap, greasy punks.
No, I'm not into tattoos. I want to know about Charlie.
Hey, let me work on you, man. I won't charge you nothing. Come on.
Free tattoos.
I said no.
Oh, man. Too bad.
Too bad.
You know Charlie, don't you?
Come on back tomorrow.
Is he coming in tomorrow?
He might come. Look, I'm closed. Get out.
Mm-hmm. Return to tattoo baller, Tom. Oh wow, I have a lot of blank pages. Visual play. Oh, that's cool though. That's cool you got through it. Wow, how did I miss so much? It just says tattoo parlor location and then what the fuck?
Look at the time. I really
Damn
should
it.
go home early today.
Well, fucking do it, punk. Yep. Yep. What happens if I click on these? Nothing. Mm-hmm. Nothing in here. Cool parlor / apartment. Guess you do what you gotta do. I do not think I could work out of my home like that. Let's give it a shot. Or not. Baloo can, please. Come on, prize can. Damn it. Quick vanilla stab. Died because I didn't eat for a day. Oh, okay. That's no good. Good.
Good.
Oh god. Okay, camera. He's still trucking. I mean, I guess I pretty much did. Oh god. There's a sign. Should just go home because there's nothing else I can do. I don't think you can fast travel to home, which is silly. Unless you run out the clock. Run out the clock. What's going on? Casually jumping in the genre. Yeah. Wait, what's a CRJPG? Is that Chinese RPG? Oh my goodness. What a day. Where am I going? Mer. Ew. Oops. Sorry. Double checking stuff. Oh god, you fucking cat. Alright, I'll feed you. I got food. Bitch. Or not. Pet.
There. Good kitty. Are you cold?
Too bad.
I bet you remember me, don't you?
Okay. Oh, sorry, cat. Oh, right.
I just know Ine-san is worried. I should
Fine.
go home.
Whatever. Whatever, Ine-san. Tell me how to live. Yeah, just keep it on all. Say, okay. That one. The only one. How am I playing? It doesn't really show. Welp. Whoops. I'm awake. Another day to defend my honor. Yep. Okay. Alright, well, I think I'm going to actually call it quits, guys. By guys, I mean Caesar. But thank you for tuning in. It says we got more people watching. I don't understand a lot of things. But yeah, I think we might just continue this. Might try something else next week. Depends on how we're feeling. You know. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Again, every Friday at 8, oh, my butt is asleep. Every Friday at 8, we stream. We'll see how we feel about continuing Shenmue, but as always, please check out our patreon.com/megavisions if you are into physical media, or just collecting stuff, we do a Sega Fan magazine like Chris was talking about earlier. And there will be videos up of the marathon soon. We did that 1 week ago, and saying that was a week ago. But yeah, we'll get those up on our YouTube soon. You can see the YouTube link there just below the video. And yeah, right on, Caesar. But yeah, have a good weekend, everyone. And we will see you in a week-ish. Take it easy.